What's going on, YouTube? How's everyone doing this Tuesday night? Not even halfway through the week yet. And we're selling stuff, getting stuff done. So I was going to go through with you tonight kind of how I list and price things. I know people have a couple questions about that. I was also going to go through how to set up auto feedback. If I think I only had this ability at a premium option, premium store on eBay, and then a couple sold updates. So you can kind of see some of my numbers, what I sold things for. I took a lot of best offers today. Just want to move some stuff. Listed a couple things last night, and I'm going to list some more tonight, but give you some updates there. Let's use here. So Redneck Hustler was first, and Scott L was second. Gail's here. Donna, how's it going? Destiny, Nick, Benji, So Get This Flips, and Nick. How's it going, everybody? Nick says, I just had my first sale on eBay today, and I have a question. Well, let's hear it. Let's hear what your question is. I'll wait on the auto feedback until Monica gets on because I know she wanted to understand how that goes. I'm assuming she'll be on here shortly. So Nick's question was, they made me an offer, and I accepted. It said they had 48 hours to make payment. If they don't, does the listing go back up? So in your settings, there is a auto unpaid assistant. You have the ability to turn this on and off, and I think you can adjust the days in there. But after 2 days, if you have it on, it will auto open an unpaid case. If you don't have it on, you have to manually go in and open an unpaid case on that item. And I believe then it's after 4 days. After 4 days, if they haven't paid, you go in and close it yourself, and then you relist it. If you have the assistant on, it will auto close the case in your favor, give the buyer a strike, and I think it relists it for you. But I always double check to make sure it goes up. But I would always turn, for me personally, I keep my unpaid assistant on. That's the only crappy part about best offer is you have to wait 2 days to turn it on, and then you have to turn on an unpaid strike 4 days. You have to wait 4 days. So unless I misspoke, that's usually how I get it to work for myself. But yeah, that's where you have to wait. So hey, Monica's here. How's it going? Demir, thanks for joining. All right, so this is for, now I didn't have, sorry. If they make the payment, is the payment deposit on PayPal or will it be in like my eBay account? It will go into your PayPal account. So once they make your payment, it'll go in your PayPal account. It will say in your sold listings, it will say print invoice label. So click on it, create your label, print it out, and ship it. Only ship it if it says paid. Sometimes if it says not paid yet, it will still give you the option to go to the print the invoice. Don't print it. It looks deceiving. I don't know why they do it that way. Because it'll still say unpaid. The little icon will say unpaid, but it'll still say print the invoice label. But it's kind of great. I don't know why they do that. All right, so I do not think you can do this with a basic store. I figured it out with premium store. So this is how you set up auto feedback. Let me share my screen. So why am I having a hard time with this screen share? Application window. Okay, share. All right, so, all right, let me know when you can see my screen. So this is my screen right here. So I can't see, let me open questions at the moment. Let me actually open up my phone. So you can see here, this is your eBay, my eBay page. You can see all the listings. I have 469 listings, fixed price of $16,000, 13 ending today. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the listings option right here. Once you click on listings, go down to here to automation preferences. Once you hit automation preferences, it will take you to this, manage automation preferences. Here, you have the ability to select the following: automate positive feedback for buyers. Now, you have a couple options here. What you can do is you could say leave feedback instantaneously once they've paid for it. The other thing you could do is once they leave feedback and they've paid for it, then you can leave automated feedback. I do it once they've paid for the item. And then I check this. Send me an email when my automation rules fail. So this has helped me. I know I talked about it the other night, but if I looked at my monthly numbers, my feedback being left to me has more than doubled over a 30-day time frame. Or was it 60 days? But that is how that auto leaves feedback for myself. Now, the other option you hit here is it says edit stored comments. If you click here, this is all default. I haven't added to it. You can select, I think you can select one. I leave it to select multiple. So you can add your own and you can hit save. And it will go through and leave one of these to your buyers, which is great. This is, I mean, again, I've doubled the feedback being left to myself, which is great. And on the positive side, I have a double coupon versus basic store, and I have 1,000 free listings in my auction insertion. Is it auction or is it after 1,000? It's 15 cents instead of 25 for auctions, I believe. Double check the listings. I might be misspeaking on the prices, but you get more savings with a premium store. So that's how you auto leave feedback. Let's see. Let me go back to the chat here. I think it's here, right? So, all right. So, any questions on that? I thought, that was. Let me close those. You get 500 auction listings, yes, but only within certain categories, which kind of sucks. But that's how I get auto feedback going, which is cool. That is correct. Yeah. Gail says it's not available on basic. That's what I was assuming. Yes, that's a premium. So for the premium option, there's other options in there, which I haven't even gone through yet. There's a sale report, different reports you can have access to. I haven't even touched on that. There's business templates, which I haven't used. I'm still scratching the surface on those. Once I understand those, I can show you how to do it. But yeah, premium store, and I did a yearly commitment. So that automatic feedback, I mean, I know I said it already, but it's helped a ton. I love it. I love the automatic feedback alone. I used to batch my feedback, and I would go in on the weekends and go in and leave feedback for like 50 people, and that took forever. It's been great. So that's how you set up auto feedback for a premium store. So let me close that. So I wanted to walk through next is listing. So how do I list my liquidation items? Now, what I think, and I haven't verified this yet because I kind of keep forgetting when I should do it. But did you say I should do under settings? So if you go into my eBay, go to listings, go down to automation preferences or automation settings, and then that'll bring you to your positive feedback automation. So now I haven't nailed this down yet, but I think the stuff from Vegas does not have these manifest stickers, but the ones from Indiana do. I need to pay attention more closely just because on the last lot I got, that worst box ever lot, did not have these stickers. These stickers, as I said before, will match your manifest. So these, because I'll show you how I kind of use these to my advantage. Now, what I would do here, I'm going to walk you through this listing. Now, again, these are no name. I mean, I say no name brand. I've never heard of these things. Yeah, it makes it hard to cross-reference when these stickers aren't in there. Then you have to guess. Like that phone set that I got that was sealed. Which is great because it helped pay for the lot. But I kind of guess. You can kind of find them if they don't have it, but brand headphones, like I said last night, list. I finally put these up and they sold instantaneously today. $80.88. Fine. They had this sticker here. The sticker had exactly what they are. And I use this to look them up. Now, again, treat these with a grain of salt too, just because I've pulled stuff up with the wrong name on it, and the whole listings that other people have for the same name on this label doesn't match the actual product. Someone mislabeled it, or you have the wrong item. So yeah, just make sure that when you pull up your listings, it actually matches the item, which is you would think that what I'm listing should match what I have in my hand, but it's crazy how many times it doesn't match. So, all right, let me share my screen. So we're going to list these headphones. They're called Hussar headphones, and on the manifest or on the sticker it says Hussar Magic Buds Bluetooth headphones. Now, then we're going to assume in this scenario I've already tested them. They work fine. Let's go through this. So let me go back and share my screen. All right. So let's go here. Share my screen again. Application window. Does everyone still see my videos? Yeah, I'm getting. I don't know if I'm getting what's it called? Internet issues or what? Just shoot me a comment. Make sure it still sounds all right. Otherwise, I'll share my screen. I don't know if my phone's just acting wonky or what. People still live in the chat? I hate the delay. The delay is like 30 seconds between when I see your comments versus what I'm doing. All right. So yes, I'm live. Okay. All right, hold on. My wife just texted me. Sounds like you have a cold. Yes, I do. December 1st. Yeah, I have a cold, getting over it. I'm taking Advil, cold and sinus, which kind of sucks. I'll live. All right, so everyone sees me, hears me. Perfect. Stop texting me. All right, so let me share my screen. So let's go through listing. So we're going to use those magic headphones. And all right, so here's your generic eBay screen, right? I'm going to start typing in exactly what is. Sometimes I'll just put the brand, but for the sake of this example, I'm just going to type in exactly what's on the manifest, aka what's on the sticker. Magic Buds. You can see I already searched it right there, Bluetooth. All right, I'm hitting enter. All right, so we see all these listings here. These listings are active listings and with prices all over the place. So what I do is to get a feel of what people are kind of the activity that's going on now. I kind of quickly look at these prices, right? I can look at 27, and I look over here too. Keep an eye out. Top rated people. Sometimes it'll say from China, from Hong Kong. That plays to your advantage if people want to buy from US only. So don't get discouraged if you see some lowball offers like this one. And it shows, from China with a lowball offer. Don't be afraid to add a little more to your price. It's kind of what I do. So I go down and I see, okay, 33, 36, 37, 31. Only one left. That could tell me someone already bought one from that at that price. This 17 seems kind of weird. New listing, so this wasn't up last night, which is good for me, but 27. Okay, so I kind of get a feel for what the listing's at the moment. Destiny asks, how do you get top rated? You have to have 1-day handling on your shipments. You have to have 30-day returns. There's certain criteria you have to meet. You have to ship, I think it's under 3%. I don't want to misspeak, but there's certain percentages you have to hit with tracking, shipping on time, no cases against you. I'll double check for you, but there's certain things you have to hit. If you go to seller dashboard, within your seller dashboard, it will tell you the numbers you have to hit. And seller dashboard, if you hit account at the top, I can't see here. If you go to account and then hit seller dashboard, you'll see what you have to hit. Okay, so I get an idea for what's listed, and then I'm gonna hit sold. And when I hit sold here, this filter, it's gonna also select completed. So that tells me, okay, stuff that is sold, and there you can see my listing right there. And completed being actual payment was pushed through. If you just do sold, you could have items where best offer was taken, but it wasn't completed, I believe. But it selects both anyway. So then I look through and say, okay, I look at two things. I look at the date, I look at the price. You can see I sold mine for $20.88. So 25, 22, 33, and these are all fairly recent. And this is kind of what I do too when I'm looking at manifest. If I'm going to bid, these things look like one sells at least every day. And if this were a high-priced item and I was looking at it on a manifest through liquidation, I'd say this would be a good lot to buy because my highest price item sells every day, and this is the price it's going for. So I looked at these. These were kind of beat up. They didn't look totally brand new. So I'm looking at these brand new ones, 25, 22. I said, I want to get these sold. So I said 20. I'm going to sell 20, and they sold right away, instantaneously. Now I could have held out and said 25 or maybe even 27, I guess. But I mean, they're moving anywhere between 22 and 25, 27. Trending says 31. But if you had a brand new, I'd go 31 untouched, 29.99 maybe. But again, I'm looking to move stuff. I'm not looking to sit on it. So that's kind of, I would do that. So let's say, let me go in here. Let me go in this one. So the next thing I look at is I kind of look at the title. And I look at the title to make sure it has everything I want it to have. It has, potentially the brand ID in it. It has the name in the title. And I don't know if this is superstition, but I always sell similar on a sold listing. Because I know that listing has success, be it a fluke or not. Me being OCD, joking, but I always sell similar on a sold listing just because I know it sold, right? So let's click on this one. I like this one because it has that number in it. And again, confirm that number is the one you need. And I go here and I hit sell similar. Sell one now. So I already have my price in mind. I have my price at 20 bucks. Just because I don't want to forget, I instantly scroll down and I put my price in because I'm going to do 20.88 again. Put that in, and then I go to the top. So I know my price is already in there. So I go up here and I say, okay, I double check, because a lot of times when I've done sell similar and it's had the wrong stuff in here or extras, make sure to delete the stuff. If you're unsure, if I was unsure that this item was IPX7W, I remove it and just take it out and still copy this listing, but just double check that the criteria meets what you're putting up. Next thing I'll do, I have my category set up. So I have Bluetooth. I'll select Bluetooth as a category for my store. The next thing I will do is UPC. And I've gotten into the habit of doing this for used and a new other. Given the condition of this item I did used, 90% of the items I do new other. So I go back to my Google Doc, right? And I go to my item sheet. It says that I'm still sharing. I'll make sure. I just want to make sure. You can see my Google sheet, right? All right. So then I go find. I type. I match the label. Right. So as I'm listing, I see that's the item I want. I copy the UPC number, which is right here. Or if you don't have the UPC, sometimes this isn't filled in. You can Google the item. Like for example, this website UPC item DB. It pulls up the UPC for like items or the exact item. You can see I was looking up that knife. I'll take the UPC from here. I'll go back to my listing and oops, sorry. Let me just copy it. So I copy this, go back to create your listing, paste it in here. There you go. Now select a condition. So for this one, it was used. Usually a lot of times I put new other. Used, and I'll just put gentle wear, tested functional. Or if it's new other, I'll say open box item, tested functional. But you get the picture. I do short and sweet. I don't, only if there's certain things that characterize the item or that might get item not as described, I will go into a little more detail. But 9 times out of 10, I will just copy this and paste it down here in the description. The last thing, or second to last thing I'll do is these recommended specifics. I will click add. 9 times out of 10, I'll do it on everything. Make sure your brand, your model, and your MPN number is filled out. Then that's it. I scroll down to the bottom, double check fixed price. This is all defaulted for me. Fixed price, good till canceled. Quantity 1. I've been turning my best offer. I usually leave it off now. It depends when I turn it on. So here, PayPal, immediate pay. Here's my business policies. You can go again into your listings and set your business policies up. I could do another video on that. So I do PayPal, immediate pay, first class, and I do free shipping. Returns accepted, 30 days, money back. Okay, so once that's done, now I went super slow. I would have done that in probably 2 minutes, if that. Then I would hit save. So what happens then is your listing goes into your drafts, and then I open it up on my phone. So that is really how I get the listing ready and how I price it. Destiny had a question. Will you sit on a high price item? Yes. For example, I'll show you once I go back to my camera, I'll show you exactly what I'm sitting on. What did you say about best offer? Oh, so best offer, if I've made my money on my box or I'm kind of shooting high, like for example, here, I'm gonna go back. Let me go back here. Stop. Okay. So to answer Destiny's question, where'd it go? I don't have it. So this item, I know this is worth at least 90 bucks, 80 bucks. I'll sit on this. If someone's going to offer me 75, I'm not going to take it just because I know this type of item. It's the August doorbell lock. I'm going to buy it for a high price amount of money. So yes, I will sit on items depending what it is. Caveat to that is if I've made my money on my box and I get a close to what I'm looking for on that item, just because I've already made my money on the lot, I want to get the money to invest in another box. So best offer. So here's an example of best offer. I just sold this tonight. I had this listed for $67.99. That's that Plantronics headset I showed you. I had it for $67.99. I thought it was kind of high, but it sells for $67. I've already made my money on this box. I turned on best offer just because I didn't think I'd get it. But there's certain items I won't turn best offer on just because I know I'll get what I want for it. What do I have down here? So what item did I always sell at high price? So pet cube. That pet cube I sold the other night for $99.99. I knew exactly. I know someone will buy. Someone will pay no matter what. Best offer on that. If I know if I can get a sale at that price, I turn best offer off. That's automatic. I'll when I turn best offer off. But otherwise, if I want to move it, I'm kind of, I'll take a couple dollars off. I'll do it. Like for that headset, I took $8 off. Now, this is why I save these boxes. Liquidation lot just came this piece. I saved these little boxes. I have a box just of boxes. I took this out. Now I'm going to ship it, throw some bubble wrap in there so that it won't be flopping around in a flat rate. Padded envelope. I'll just slide this in there and it's more protected. You can kind of see it has an old Bluetooth item on it. So that's sold. All right, so that's how I price an item. Any questions on pricing items? Does anybody do anything differently to price their items on their liquidation.com items or any liquidation item to determine price, value, what they think they can get from it? Or that's how I use it to kind of get stuff up. Nick said, so I just set up that unpaid assistant thing you said. If it doesn't pay in 48 hours, it will take care of everything for you? Yes. Now, I'm not sure if because you set up after this one, all the subsequent ones will be turned on for you. I double check that you've, after 2 days, just go in and flip on opening case against them. But yes, it'll do everything for you. Just keep track of maybe the first one. Just double check every day just to make sure it's on. It'll say, excuse me, it'll say, it'll open automatically. And then if you hover over it, it says, do you want to turn this off? Just keep it on and it'll do everything for you. Just monitor it just so you know what's going on. But yes, to answer your question, it will. So don't be afraid to price higher than the low ballers. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I kind of don't go on the first couple that have sold and or listed. I've looked what's sold and I scroll down for the past either a couple days or a couple weeks. So I get an idea of what the item goes for. And then usually I have an item too, or a feel for what it sells on the open market. I mean, look at it on Amazon. I know eBay, just get an idea of price, right? Are items where the manifest is not right. Like I have a ton of items that say, this thing's worth $99 when it's only worth 20, or where it's only worth 20 and it's worth 99. So you get the flip side. They already charged me a $20 fee. Is that normal if the buyer doesn't pay? Will they credit that back to me? $20 fee? What is that for? Who charged you? eBay? Darren Adams says, have you tried the new Markdown Manager? I have not. Just because my item, now I might go in and use it. When I had a basic store, I tried it. I might do it on items that aren't moving at the moment. I have a couple of them, but I'm just leaving stuff there. It'll move. My stuff moves pretty quickly. But I've used it sporadically. I just hate how you can't, I don't know, it's kind of clunky for me because you kind of have to set the dates and then they expire. But yeah, Monica says I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it either. It feels clunky to me just because I don't like you have to do expiration dates. I would like just to be able to throw things in buckets and say, okay, go through my listings, click this, add to the 5% bucket off, add to the 10% bucket off. Hey, Dwayne, Mothership Products is here. eBay I looked and it charged me for 2 auctions, which I knew about, and it had a $20 charge for the item I just sold. So how much was the item you sold for? If it was a very high priced item, that's probably why they charge you. Otherwise, I don't know why I'd have to see the invoice deduction on it. I know the other night when you saw the unboxing, you saw this knife, and someone made a comment that they used to work for them and they're high priced. So that was very helpful. I forgot who said that, but it was a Zwilling J.A. Henkel blade. Now, again, this is why when you're getting liquidation stuff, you have to double check. If you look at this, now I looked at the blade, right? That looks kind of like a, I don't want to say butcher knife, that's the wrong word. It's a longer, thicker blade, right? Well, you look at the blade that's in it, and it's a bread slicer. Still same company, right? But you can see, there it is. And, I mean, it's still same company. You can see Henkel on it. I don't know if you can see that. So, different knife, but you can see there's chips in it, right? So it either was a shelf model. Now the blade doesn't look used, but it just looks like the handle looked like it went through. So I looked this one up. Someone's selling this brand new for, I think it was $99, and I don't think I've seen any others. And I used the blade ID on it, and that's where you saw the UPC. I looked up as well. $9.99. And Destiny asked if I'll sit on something. I will sit on this. I'm going to see if I'm getting watchers on it. A lot of times, too, if I have Best Watcher just listed it and someone offers me something within an hour or two, if it's not close to my price, I won't even touch it just because it hasn't had enough time to hit the market. So that's the other option. When Best Offer, I'll let it sit and I'll let Best Offers come in, because a lot of times 3 days later, someone's going to buy it. So don't always take the Best Offer once you list it unless you don't want to. I'd sit on it. So that was the knife. I'm going to let that sit. That was from the Worst Box Ever lot. Now, if it sells for $79 based on the chips in it, I will be quite ecstatic. Dwayne says, I love Henkels. Yeah, that thing's sharp. And I'm surprised it worked that much. Donna says, you can set each store category at different markdown price. That's true. I like that. But if half my Bluetooth items in my store I want to mark down and the other half I don't, and somehow partition them out, which kind of sucks. It's almost like you got to create two categories, old Bluetooth and new Bluetooth. You got to switch them in between. Using it, I just need to get a better process on if I were to use Markdown, how would I set my categories up? Destiny says she has the Dynamo 450, but thinking of upgrading the XL to do 4x6. Or just keep what I have. So 99% of what I ship uses the 990019 labels. If I need to use a 4x6 for UPS or FedEx, I just print it off and tape it on. If I were to get into FBA and start doing more bulk items, maybe I would upgrade. But unless you're printing off multiple 4x6s, I don't think it's worth it, but that's my opinion. So UPS will give you free labels. I ordered free labels on the sticker sheets that you can print with a inkjet. Those free off their website. I'm not sure about rolls. Maybe you can with the rolls too. Be good to look into. You do get them free, but FBA when I get into that. Not sure if I'm the only one that charges a restocking fee. I recently sold an auction PS4 for $250, including shipping. As soon as the auction finished, a buyer requested to cancel. I've never charged a restocking fee. I've read of people that do. Discourages returns. The other thing to look at, does it discourage someone from purchasing it because they don't want to pay the restocking fee? I don't know. I'm just guessing. But no, I do not do restocking fee. The company has two logos. The logo with one man is the cheap line. The logo with the two man is good line. On the Henkels. Good. Two man. I got the two man on mine. That's good to know. The two man is the more expensive. I don't know if you can see my, see the two man there? There you go. That is great. Thanks, thanks, Diesel. Uh, Diesel, our liquidation resellers asking it said, yeah, take the cancel. I mean, you're going to get your eBay fee back. 9 times out of 10, the buyer's going to, or probably every time, the buyer's going to send it back or refuse it. Just cancel and relist it. That's the other thing I hate about auctions, because the buyer is going to cancel the item. But I mean, it happens with best offer. So, I mean, it's all part of the game. I hate when they want to cancel right away. Or they buy something and said, I'm sorry, I didn't read the description. Can I cancel? Can I cancel? Dwayne says, I paid $125 for my Santu Henkels 15 years ago. Still work great. Yeah. Select, Donna says you can first select your new items at one price and then another within the percent within the same marked out category. Yeah, I have to play with it. Darren Adams just made reservations for ASD, going to stay at Circus Circus. It's close to the show and it's cheap. So right now I have reservations at, I think it's Harrah's, but I'm probably going to change that to the Westgate, just because the Westgate is one stop down from the convention center. But I get into the habit of, once we get closer to ASD, I will keep checking rates, and I will flip-flop rooms around based on rate. So you got charged 10% from eBay of $200. That seems really high, unless you don't have the store. Is that right? 10% of your auctions for your final value fees? I can't remember what I paid when I started out. I don't know. I mean, can someone in the chat confirm if that's true? $20? That seems really high. Store. It could be. I'm not sure what the percentage is out. So Get This Flip says that is correct. Yeah, so there you go. So they will charge you, so they credit your account the fee amount. Every month they will deduct it from your PayPal if you set it up that way. If they cancel or if they do a return, they will credit your account back your final value fee. So it's instantaneous once the auction closes. When people don't have a store, percentage is higher. Oh yeah, so with no store, it's a lot higher. Some items are different on the final value fee. Yeah, that's true. I forgot how they deducted when you didn't have a store. All right, so go through kind of what I sold today. Again, I sold a pair of these. These things do really well. Again, these items did not have my label on them, but you can kind of see here, I peeled back that crappy LPN label, and I could kind of make out what it was. And I kind of start Control F on the manifest to find it, but I took best offer for 17 on these, which is, man, $17 for earbud tips, and that's crazy. So yeah, sold those today. I sold these headphones we walked through. Sold those for 20. I took best offer on these just because the box is busted, but they're brand new. I tested them. Motorola. They're kind of like the LG tones, but the Motorola version. Took best offer for 20, had them up for 25. This thing I had listed forever. It is a snug case for Samsung Galaxy Tab 4 8.0. I think I sold this for, I want to say $14. Make sure I give you the right price. It's loading. I sold this for $9. Baffling. Buy this for $18. That's the other fun thing. And when I watch Redneck's channel, he always loves when you wake up, you see a bunch of sold items. So seeing stuff like this, I had those listed for a couple months. Seeing it sell is awesome. Stuff like that's kind of cool. These, I had these up for a little while. These PVC ratchet cutters. 13, I believe. And as you're listing stuff, we talked about listing and how I list. Get an idea for how heavy things are. So this is probably approaching 14, 15 ounces. I have a scale next to where I list. If I'm double checking weights, I'll double check if it's a pound or not, if it's going to be flat rate. So if this was over a pound, this would be flat rate, padded envelope. Just going to hit the 14, 15 ounces, maybe 16. Get a feel for the weight of your items. 99% of my items do first class. I'm not worried about shipping. That's why I offer free shipping. A lot of electronic stuff, free shipping no matter what. Yeah, I really charge, first class. All my stuff's first class, man. Last thing, this costs Porta Pro Classic. Sold those. Box is kind of beat up, but a brand new item, never used. Still has plastic on it. I sold these for so yeah, that's sold. This stuff's listed. Good day. Not a bad day, but finished strong. I let a couple lots go today in liquidation. Got too high. With that, I got a big one coming, and I got that. I still have that lens coming back. That $350 lens. I should have it tomorrow, so I'll relist that. Hopefully, sell it again. And then I sold this. I showed you earlier. Sold that. Best offer, $60. So that's it for the day. Get those listed, shipped, and call it a night. I'll list a couple things. That's another thing. Again, I try to list a couple items a night. Keep my activity on eBay up. I don't know if that helps or not. People claim it does if you list nightly or daily or whatever you want to call it. I've heard some people say it has to be more than a few. I try to just do a couple, but just keep getting stuff up there. Keep getting your products listed. You'll get sales. They'll come. Darren says definitely need to do a meetup. Yeah, we should do one. I know PS 101's probably going to have a meetup, so we could probably just do that. And otherwise, we could probably just do something at a hotel, just a gathering, whatever. But yeah, I'd love to meet everybody. Mothership Products says thumbs up. Yeah, so if everyone likes the show tonight, hit thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I try to go on the same time every night. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have any other questions about listing, auto feedback, questions about an item, people send me their liquidation lots if they think they should bid on it. I will not bid on those lots unless it's one I'm already bidding on. But if you send me something you want me to look at, I will be glad to look at it for you and give my opinion. And I will not bid on it. So you can, and I won't share with anybody. So if you want some advice, feel free to shoot it over. Again, the last thing, I will do a drawing this Saturday for that $20 off discount for the month of November for liquidation.com. Just leave a comment on either this video or any video up until Saturday, and we'll do that drawing, and I will pull a winner then. I appreciate you all coming on. Again, it's been fun. Have a great night, and keep on reselling. Talk to you guys later. See ya.